Good, happy Sunday morning, February 14th, 2021, and happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Sunday morning, so let's begin. First up, let's take a look at COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire. Let's take a look at that right now. And here's a look at the COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire. There are 70,505 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. And also there are 1,130 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire and 128 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And that is a look at the information in New Hampshire. New Hampshire reports 5 more COVID-19 deaths. Hospitalizations continue to drop. Let's take a listen to that video.
Why buy a new Ford from Plymouth Ford? Because we stand behind them all with a 20-year.
Turning now to our coverage of the coronavirus crisis, there are 441 new positive tests. Now to our coverage of the coronavirus crisis, there are 441 new positive tests to report in New Hampshire tonight. The current number of cases is now 3,253, and the total number of cases is at 70,505. There are 5 new deaths. 2 of them are associated with long-term care facilities. 1,130 people have now died from the virus in New Hampshire.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Nashua working to vaccinate population heavily impacted by COVID. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Yeah, Mike, part of this stems from the governor's COVID-19 response team looking at data and groups with a disproportionate rate of infection, as well as some others who may not be able to get to a state vaccination site. You know how to see the smiles through the mask. Nashua's Division of Public Health and Community Services vaccinating people who may have a hard time getting the vaccine or are impacted by the disease at a higher rate than others.
Racial ethnic minorities, the income, housing, transportation issues, living in places tracks where we know may be, low income areas.
The state is setting aside 10% of its vaccine allocation for these populations. Regional health networks are reaching out to their communities to find people who qualify.
Our intentionality around this particular population group is to make sure that, again, no one is left without the opportunity of having access to vaccination in our state.
Vaccine education is a priority because some communities have vaccine hesitancy or they don't trust healthcare systems. Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan is giving 7 New Hampshire organizations grant money to help with vaccine education in Black and brown communities. Tracy Strombaum is the co-chair of Manchester's NAACP Health Committee, one of the groups receiving grant money. He says vaccine education starts with listening.
If people don't think we're going to listen to them, they're not going to sit back and say, well, okay, I'll just do whatever you say. We have to establish trust. So we have to listen and hear their concerns.
And people in the equity allocation do not need to be 65 or older. To find out if you qualify, you can call 211 or your regional public health network. You do need an appointment to get the vaccine. Reporting live, Jessica Ryan,
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And let's take a look at your COVID-19 numbers in Massachusetts. And here's a look at those COVID-19 numbers in Massachusetts. Number of cases. There are 1,949 newly reported cases. Total confirmed cases, 527,435. Estimated active cases in Massachusetts, 46,413. Deaths. Confirmed COVID-19 deaths, 15,051. Probable COVID-19 deaths, 308. Long-term care COVID-19 deaths, 8,351. And of deaths in long-term care, 54.37%. Recoveries and hospitalizations. Recoveries. There are 453,740. Hospitalizations. Patients hospitalized, 1,149. 7-day hospitalization average, 1,334. Patients in intensive care, 291. And on ventilator, 196. Mass vaccination data. Total vaccines delivered, 1,516,600. In the last 24 hours, 12,675. COVID-19 vaccines administered, 1,082,785. In the last 24 hours, 48,767. In total delivered doses administered, 71.4%. Patients tested, 4,746,493. Antigen testing, 44,593. And that is a look at your data for Massachusetts. More capacity than doses. Baker remains frustrated by vaccine supplies from feds. Governor Charlie Baker said Saturday that he remains frustrated as the state is now capable of administering more than doubled the number of COVID-19 vaccines than it is receiving from the federal government. Baker said the state has the capacity to administer 242,000 doses a week, but has only been receiving about 103,000 to 106,000 doses a week. Baker said Massachusetts has now administered more than 1 million doses of vaccines and has the 9th highest daily dose numbers for the country. While the supplies remain low and uncertain, Baker said his focus remains on making sure as many as 75 plus residents get vaccinated before expanding vaccine eligibility. One of the ways the state is encouraging seniors to come to mass vaccine sites is to allow anyone who accompanies them to also be allowed to get a shot, regardless of age, job, or medical conditions. The program has received both praises and criticism. We'd rather vaccinate a bunch of 70-year-olds with a couple people who aren't 75 along the way, as opposed to having a bunch of 70-year-olds not vaccinated, Baker said. Baker retreated the warning that only seniors only enlist a trusted companion like an adult, child, or spouse or neighbor to bring them to their appointment. We have heard disturbing reports in some cases of people trying to take advantage of this program and offering to pay seniors to take them to appointments. This is observably unacceptable and inconsistent with what we're trying to do. Seniors, if you get a call from someone offering to take you to a site, you really out to report that to authorities, he said. Residents 75 and older who do not have internet are urged to call 211 to access vaccine scheduling resource line, a service that has been so successful that its hours has been expanded. Beginning today, because of effectiveness of the program and the popularity, we will be extending it to weeknights and weekdays. The new hours will be Monday to Thursday from 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Friday to Sunday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., Baker said. On Friday, the state launched a new tool aimed at streamlining the process of residents finding vaccine appointments, including slots at a Springfield site. COVID-19 Vaccine Finder lets users to search for locations near them by entering their zip code, city, or town name, or the name of the vaccine location. It also allows residents to filter results by site type, such as mass vaccination locations, locations run by local health departments, retail pharmacies, and healthcare locations. And here's a look at your COVID-19 data in Maine. Total cases are 42,419. Total deaths are 647. Total vaccination, first dose, 169,429. Second doses, 68,018. That is a look at Maine COVID-19 data. Suspect a stabbing and carjacking prompts multi-agency chase ending in Gorham. Multiple agencies responded to Route 25 in Gorham. Suspect arrested in Gorham tonight after a car chase and stabbing. Let's take a listen to that video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
This is an ECMO circuit, and this serves as an artificial heart pump and artificial lungs.
Thank you. A stabbing and carjacking tonight. A stabbing and carjacking tonight prompts a multi-agency police chase coming to an end in Gorham. Police say the suspect here, Mason Day of Brownfield, got a ride from somebody in Livingston and then stabbed the driver, stole the car. The original driver ran off and it's okay, we're told. Police say that during the chase, Day tried to ram the car, police vehicles. Officers eventually used spike masks to stop the car along Route 25. That's where Day was arrested. 3 officers hurt in the process, all with minor injuries. Day is expected to face charges including robbery and aggravated assault.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Key takeaways from the final day of Trump's second impeachment trial. Despite a surprise vote to consider witness that blindsided both parties, the 5th day of Donald Trump's second impeachment trial ended as expected, with Trump's acquitting in a 57-43 vote. While 7 Republicans voted with Democrats to convict the former president, they were still 10 votes short of conviction. Here are some highlights of the final day of the trial. Number 1. Managers surprise Senate with witness request. Number 2. An eye on history and the future. Number 3. McConnell extracts Trump after voting to acquit, face backlash for expansion. Number 4. What Republicans who voted to convict Trump have in common. And there is a look at your key information on the final day of the Trump impeachment trial. That does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.